Hi, Gemini friends. What's up, Gemini friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I see your Lover's card and the Fool. Beautiful. Maybe a new beginning in love, new chapters in the book of love. I feel so good in your energy right now. I always pre-shuffle my cards off camera a little bit and just try and, let spirit know, okay, I'm going to tap into Gemini, any message. I had my little spiel, right, that I do off camera. And I started getting Christmas songs for you. It was the cutest thing. And the same thing sort of happened to Taurus, not with Christmas songs, but I was doing dishes and I was like, David Bowie, okay, something about time to do Taurus. Anyway, I ramble, but it was so cute. It was like, Gemini, Gemini, Gem. And I was like, that's adorable. Why am I thinking that? And I'm sure you all are like, oh, she's crazy. But no, it was cute. It was really sweet. I almost take that to mean you have a person thinking about you, and it puts them the way you feel like Christmas, right? And I mean, obviously that's not for everybody, but generally speaking, there's something about that sort of holiday season, whether you're Jewish or this or, whatever, the idea of family and gift giving and, whatever, kind of nostalgic, cute Christmas, warm by the fireplace, the way the Christmas tree lights, the ambiance of a room, a dark room with a Christmas tree. Oh, isn't that the best? And then Christmas music or whatever you do in the holidays. I don't know. So maybe you're going to reconnect with someone. I know Christmas is quite a ways away, but I don't know. And even if it's not Christmas, maybe it was just the idea of something about a holiday party I'm getting for you guys. And it was the cutest thing. Gemini, and all my phones are going off. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm going to switch decks, actually, before I get too far into this. As I ramble, I'm sorry. It was the cutest message, though. I had to tell you, and maybe that means something to someone. Christmas music. Are you performing in a choir or a concert or... Gemini. I don't know. I love it, though. It felt adorable. That is the perfect word for it. It was adorable. All right, so wow. Okay, 2 minutes in. General messages here on YouTube. Not everything will be your message. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I ask that you only take away the messages that resonate with you, that you feel are intended for you for your best and highest good. Anything that feels strange or foreign, please drop it like it's hot. That means it's a message for someone else. You can release those messages that don't resonate and go about your merry way. I hope lots and lots of this resonates. I come at this with love and positivity, so please only take that away. Everything else about this video down in the box below. Let's hop in for my gems. All right, so we're going to look at your person first. So your person's at a crossroads. They've gone within, internally, to make some sort of decision, right? With this card, the decision being made, any two in tarot talks about choices and decisions. The answers isn't this revelation that's going to come from the world around them. It's very much going within and listening to their intuition. That's why she's blindfolded, right? It's the clues and the answers aren't to be discovered anywhere but within one's own heart. So to me, it's they're, obviously we're all isolating ourselves, right? Quarantine, good Lord. But it's almost they're isolating themselves from other people's opinions. So that says to me that there may have been a circumstance where they felt like they were misled or kind of strayed in the wrong direction because they took some sort of advice from a friend of theirs or a parent or whoever, and it turned out to contradict what they thought or what they felt, probably about you, Gemini. I think that's where this is going. Ooh, my phone's going off. It's going to drive me nuts, but I'm going to try and get through this. Anyway. So yeah, they're trying to make some sort of intuitive decision on, I don't know, whether to ask you out, whether to, it could go anyway, break up with you, this or that. Maybe it's break up with someone else. We'll clarify it. In their mental sector, they're really thinking it through. A time of rest, not jumping to any, quick decisions or anything like that. They probably dream about you, and there is a sense, something about, have I really healed from the past? And I heard open up a wound. So maybe this has to do with someone you may have a little bit of a history with, and maybe there were some upset feelings. It doesn't have to be romantic, right? But yeah, with the Four of Swords, they're recuperating from the Three of Swords, the heartbreak, depression, sadness, tragedy, just feeling some sense of loss. Here it's they're kind of getting their ducks in a row mentally. They're thinking about, the next steps or the next move they're going to make. Then they're going to pick up that sword and they're going to get back out there and fight, right? Five of Swords. So this does indicate eventually they're going to step up and fight for what they want, but I think they're still figuring out what they want. In their heart space, they might be thinking about an Aquarius. So unless you have very strong Aquarius in your chart, but it could also mean that in their heart, this is the card of wishes and dreams, like much more so than like the Nine of Cups, which is absolutely a wish fulfillment card. But this is like the major arcana. This is like turning it up to 11, if you guys are familiar with that expression. It's like the dreamiest dreams and the wishiest of wishes. It's realigning with their North Star and having faith that God or the divine is leading them to the person that they're supposed to be with, versus the one that they thought they were supposed to be with. Or again, I just keep getting something about they were given bad advice or false information even. This could have been someone who, for reasons unknown to me, you could have rejected in the past, but maybe you're reconsidering that now, and so they're at like a halt in terms of making any offers to you, because it's something about they still feel the not the triggers, but the almost like PTSD of being rejected or not getting their wish or not going after what they felt like they were supposed to. This person's going very deep within themselves. Both of these cards are indicating that to me. They may have strong Aquarius in their chart too. Something about the alien. That's my Aquarius. They're the aliens of the zodiac. Sorry, I'm doing this weird shuffle. I have socks on and I took them off. Anyway, you didn't need to know that. That's weird. Okay, anyway, moving on. I just felt like shimmying in my chair for no reason. So I'm getting this song, and I don't even know who it's by, but it's something about, I think you must be from outer space, maybe somewhere beyond the stars. I think you must be extraterrestrial. What is the rest of the word? And it's not the Katy Perry song at all. It's a very different song. Oh, fuck. I can't remember like the important lyrics that I was trying to get to. Something about, because like you open up like my heart, or you open up the inside of me or something like that. You open up the heavens for me, like nothing at all, or for nothing at all. It's something like a very, it's like a very spiritual, religious message, is sort of like a cosmic partnership. You can open up the heavens for me with just one smile. Thank you, Spirit. That was what I was trying to get to. Yeah, this person likes you. They're thinking about you a lot. You are like this, something about you're set in stone in their memory. So I don't think this person is new, is sort of what I'm getting from most of you anyway. You open up the heavens for me with just one smile. Yeah. And that in itself is beautiful and poetic, but then there's like kind of this trashy message of like, and they think you look good naked too. So I don't know if they would have seen you, had some opportunity where you guys probably slept together, maybe for one or two of you, but sometimes with the star there's like a little cheeky message, like, someone peeping on this person who's in the nude, naked. So then their action card is beautiful, reciprocity. They're giving out offers, right? They're aiding those in need. So this could actually be someone who you maybe pops out of the blue because, during quarantine, I think a lot of people are reaching out to those who are near and dear to their heart and things like, hey, do you need anything? Like, it's been a while, been thinking about you, hope you're safe, let me know if I can do anything. Like, it's that kind of, it's pentacles, so they would approach it in a way that isn't necessarily flirtatious, but I do think underneath the surface of any sort of offer, like, hey, do you need some groceries? Can I help you? Whatever. It's a practical offer, though, with seeds. It's very reliable. It's very tangible. It's something you could potentially grow into the future. You are the twins, Gemini, but I don't know why. There's something to do with your sibling, though. This person, too, your sibling may have worked with them or went to high school with them. And I know this is like a weird message, but especially for my twin Geminis. So any Geminis out there who are a twin, it's something like maybe you and your sister or you and your brother both had a crush on this person way back when. It's something about the twins here is very important. It could even be, this is an interesting message. Even if you're not a twin, it's something about they may have dated your older sister or your older sibling, whoever, and maybe you two always had a connection, but it's something about, they feel like they made the wrong decision, but that sounds like it potentially could have been an awkward situation, like not just, switching sisters or switching brothers. So maybe if that relationship ended, and I think it did, Yeah, I think they call and reach out to you, and maybe it's again disguised as, oh, just checking up on the both of you, you sisters or whatever. But really, it's because they've been thinking about you, and I think they're regretting that they were never forward or upfront with their emotions. Something like that. Judgment, yeah, that actually confirms it for me. I was like, this feels not new. This feels like someone from the past, and I think that's what it is. Again, the love offer they're moving forward with, it's not like, I just heard, I want to sex you up. It's not that. It's presenting as like childlike, innocent. Sometimes this can be an apology, so for one or two of you, maybe, but it's like small flirtations, small offers that are kind of romantic or flirty, or let's grab a coffee, or let's FaceTime, something like that, but I am sort of hearing that they call you. Sometimes judgment can be literally like a phone call out of nowhere, or text you and you're not anticipating it. Because it feels like they moved away from you, I'm getting many years ago. With the Eight of Cups, it's almost like you, Gemini, maybe haven't thought of them in years, or you never thought that you would see them again, even if you guys keep in touch on social media or whatever. There was something about like, oh, they've moved on, or maybe they physically moved out of the country or out of the state, or something about, but then they re-enter your world. How interesting. And they're wanting to appeal to your desires, to your, I don't know, sexuality, something like that. Oh, okay. So there's an element of this. They feel like they have to put on that everything is just fine in their life, but it's not. And I don't mean to say this, that you need to be super worried, but it's like they come in like, just look at the difference of these cards, right? This can sometimes be a card of ego or cockiness, or at minimum, just like it's a victory. You know, they're leading the brigade. All eyes are on them, right? There's a sense of pride with this card. It's a card of Leo. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm getting is underneath all of that, like again, like peacocking, they're like, oh my God, I miss my Gemini and I have to like confess my love or say that thing I always needed to say. And this is a Gemini card. So maybe some of you are dealing with like a Leo or another Gemini. What's underneath, it's like they're peacocking. They really need to tell you something that it's almost like it makes the facade of what them presenting crumble. You know, here in this card, they're presenting as, you know, put together and hey, if you need anything, just let me know. I got you. It's like well-groomed, whatever. Under that, though, they're kind of a hot mess. I'm sort of getting of emotion because they got eyes for you. Like sometimes the boner card, sometimes it's just like, you know, magic. You know, you are the magician, right? They sense, they feel your magic, and they like being around your energy, your passion. You inspire them, you motivate them. They have a change of heart or some sort of, I think epiphany is too harsh a word because I actually think that they've been thinking about this for quite some time, but they decide that they're going to fight for you. It could be a Virgo that's going to come in and make some sort of offer to you, but they've been on their own spiritual journey and they've come to find that they're in it to win it. They're up for a little bit of like roughhousing, and maybe that's a sexual term, but no, it's almost like they're willing to fight for you. They're willing to put their head on the chopping block because I think you mean that much to them. In their heart, you are their wish and their dream. This person could have gone off with another romantic partner, and again, you might not even know that there's like trouble in paradise, particularly if they're married or even if they have kids. There's something here that isn't completely apparent to you that they may be deciding to split off from the person they're currently with, or the relationship that they're currently involved in. It's not that great. It's a little bit, yeah, these people are not having fun anymore. So it's almost like the relationship they are currently in or were in when they broke it off with you, or whether you guys were together or not, that is sort of reaching its expiration date. There's going to be a graduation and like a rebirth into like a new relationship or something like that. Very interesting. But I actually love this card. It can be a card of competition, but it's almost like they see you as the grand prize. They want to win your affection and your attention. And I'm not saying that in like a icky materialistic sort of way. They have eyes for you. They respect you. They look up to you. It's almost like they would be, oh, this is a cute message. They would be so proud to call you theirs and I don't mean to make that sound like a domineering thing. They would be so proud to like walk beside you when you guys enter a room together. It's something like, yeah, I'm just getting people like arms linked and they're just like, this is my Gemini. Like it's really cute. It's really cute. Gemini. All right. So let's look at your energy then. All right. So your overall presentation is King of Cups. So You are maintaining or handling your emotions quite well, while everything that around you is kind of rocky and maybe unstable, right? He's sitting on water, right? So potentially he's going up and down and up and down. So it's indicating to me that there have been emotional ups and downs, not just, in the current weeks or months, but throughout your life. But you've learned from those emotional ups and downs, the emotional upheaval. It's made you quite strong, and it's like you're very steady. I'm almost getting the metaphor of being like a surfer. You can anticipate when waves are coming in, and so it's like you're mentally and emotionally prepped to deal with chaos. It's like anything that comes and some of you might be surfers, right? Anything that comes your way, it's like you've got like that crouched position to be like, all right, I got this. Or I'm even getting like someone like in the boxing ring, just like, okay, there's something about your movement is very graceful, even in times of chaos or challenge. And I'm sure that's a metaphor, right, for most of you. But yeah, some of you might be dancers or boxers or something like that. Let's see. So I'm curious. Tell me more about this King of Cups as Gemini's energy. It does indicate to me, though, you are looking for love. You are willing to receive it as well as give it. You are like a wealth of love and positivity, good emotions. But your cup is just sitting there. So with this, though, you're not just giving it out to anyone, right? You're being very selective who you let into your life, who you let into your energy. But look at his little foot. It's like you're willing to dip your toe in like the pool of love. So you're approaching love sort of casually, and it's not so much. The thing is, I'm not getting like casual sex, not so much that term. It's more just like proceeding with caution. Like, particularly if you do get a message from someone, you're like, now what's this? Like, you have my attention. I'm interested. Like, it's like dipping your toe in to see what the offer is. So it could be that if this person is a water sign, you're feeling, because you're very intuitive, Gemini, you're one of the most psychic signs. It could be that you're feeling this watery emotion around you, though I don't really have many cards indicating a water sign here. I do want to just clarify that, but it could be. So then in your mental sector, you're showing up. This is your card, the Knight of Swords. The fastest moving knight in the deck, he acts on impulse, right? The minute he gets a thought, it's like, yes, let's do that. And because he's a knight, he hasn't fully matured into like that queen or king of swords, right? You guys are mutable signs. Mutable signs are all about the action and the movement and the travel. So that's what's sort of a interesting contrast for you, Gemini, because your overall energy is presenting as like really zen and really chill and really like kind of restrained and held back. It's not that you're closed off emotionally. I'm not getting that. Again, it's like you're assessing the offers being made to you or who you would like to make an offer to. But mentally, so maybe this is just indicating mentally you're ready for that change. It's almost like you want the offer that hits the ball out of the park. You want to feel like it's the $1 million offer. And so it could just indicate that mentally you're a little bit impatient. You're growing tired of waiting. You're kind of in this state of like, when will it be my turn? So then in your heart, you are spying on an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, particularly a Virgo. Yeah, you had that card come up earlier. Both cards are Virgo for me, so anybody who relates to that message, you're spying, you're interested. Yeah, because the Virgo underneath that has a cup of love to offer. I'm also getting preparing for battle. That may have to do with someone from the past. I don't think this is everyone's story, but if this was a troubled relationship where someone ended up, maybe they did end up going from you to your sibling or something like that. It doesn't have to be, or you to your best friend. That was some emotional upheaval for you. They may have abandoned you or made you feel isolated. And maybe in the back of your mind, you were always sort of waiting for that communication, but I'm almost getting, yeah, you didn't think it was going to come in. You chalked it up to like, oh, that's like lunacy. That's crazy. Like it's almost like you tried to convince yourself, like they're never going to come back. But for a lot of you, I think they do. And maybe when you first get that message, it does sort of test your stability in terms of like, okay, like don't overreact. It's like everything is normal. This is all fine. It's like I was anticipating this, but on the inside, you're like, holy fucking shit, what do I do? Like I just manifested this motherfucker back into my life. That's sort of what it feels like. So this could also represent someone charging towards you and almost like invading your mental space It's almost like once that message comes, you can't stop thinking about it. And I'm not necessarily getting like you're swooning. It's almost like you're trying to examine, well, shit, like how do I proceed from here? Like, again, it's a little bit convoluted that you were kind of always expecting this to happen. And yet if and when it actually does, it throws you for a loop. But here's the thing. You're older and wiser now, and so young Gemini, meaning you guys, you would have dealt with this in a completely different way than you would now, because now you're the King of Cups. You've learned things the hard way, right? He's a warrior of emotions. He's been through many, I just heard, I'm in a glass case of emotions, but you're not anymore, right? You've learned lessons the hard way. You've had your heart broken many times, Gemini, right? But now it's like there's something more. There's just more maturity about how you approach relationships now. And with all these swords, it's like you're all the wiser. So you're not just going to jump into this head first and be like, oh, you're my person. Like, let's go swimming. Like, again, all these metaphors of like surfers and swimming. I don't know. Did you guys like go to the beach together? Is that one of your favorite memories? Or yeah, something about being by the water or by the ocean. That metaphor has come up a few times. I'm also getting something about playing footsie. If this was like a high school sweetheart or something about that, like playing footsie under the table, these are such cute messages. And again, I'm being like called back to say that thing about Christmas, like the Christmas carols or the Christmas music, or maybe you guys saw each other every Christmas, or you still have that Christmas gift they gave you years ago. Yesteryear. So I will say, in your heart space, you have the two least emotional elements to me. Earth and fire, not to say you guys aren't completely capable of being passionate and emotional and etc. You absolutely are. But of the two, the elements who wear their heart on their sleeve more in terms of sexuality or like raw, untamed emotions is water signs and fire signs. So in your heart, you're approaching things very logically and very cautiously. Again, ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess I'm curious, why are you so defensive of this? Or how I was saying, preparing for battle. Someone comes at you with like a fast, rapid message, and maybe again, it's very like, it like hits hard, or it's a very heavy message, or this could be someone having some sort of epiphany, but it's like they don't take the time to really craft it in a way that is great for delivery. And so when you get it, you're immediately like, you're questioning it. You're like, WTF, right? You're kind of like, why now? Like, why me? Why are you telling this to me? Like, right? I don't know. There's a lot of questioning. She's the seeker of knowledge. She's the page. She's the student. She's still trying to understand this offer that's coming in. But I do think this sort of represents your person. So a lot of you might be dealing with an earth sign or a Virgo. And especially because their action is presenting as giving a pentacle. That's what's coming in, and that's what you're suspicious of, or I'll say curious about, if you're not suspicious of it. But here's the thing, this whole idea of it, the message comes very quickly and unexpectedly. Maybe unexpectedly, but the thing is, it would be unexpected to you, but not to them, because as we said, they've been thinking about this forever, for a very long time, years, right? Like like childhood Christmases together, or something like that. I'll clarify it. But then last but not least, I just want to get to this. So your action card is the Devil. So potentially moving towards a Capricorn. If this involves a Capricorn in your past, that's what this is. Otherwise, the Devil is, there's a lot of messages coming through with that. So before I start going into like literally everything the Devil could mean, we're going to clarify. Right straight through for Gemini. Yeah, so the Hanged Man is coming up next to the King of Cups. So you might be dealing with, again, a water sign, specifically a Pisces. But more than anything, it's like you're waiting. You're in assessment mode of this offer and what to do with it. Yeah, your Knight of Swords. Okay, so the shadow side of you still has that trigger or that impulse to immediately respond, but I'm sort of getting that you need to wrap your head around what's going on, because it's almost like you It has something to do with protecting your own emotional stability. If you get a message and it really throws you for a loop, you may feel pressured to respond immediately. And I'm just sort of being called to tell you, you don't need to respond immediately. Sorry, cross watchers, right? But it's something about it. It's okay for you to kind of take a little break and try and understand where these messages are coming from, why they might be coming to you. And it might also, okay, this makes sense too. Part of your suspicion is because I think a lot of you are like, I thought they were married, or something like, again, you just didn't anticipate them coming in when they did. It's almost like it's dead and buried. That happened ages ago, or I just keep getting, you thought they were taken, but again, it's something about the relationship they are in or the relationship that they left you for. It kind of ended up being 5 of Pentacles. It disappointed them. So maybe you have to do a little bit of research online through social media, you little detectives, you Geminis, to kind of understand, like, wait, is this a real offer, or are they like juggling multiple people? Like, yeah, because a lot of you truly and firmly believe they have options, and so no. That I think is your gut impulse, but I think that's why you Spirit is trying to say, whoa, 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 like, let's slow that horse down before we respond. I do keep wanting to say in like a lower vibration, so maybe there is some begrudging energy here. Maybe there is a little bit of like feeling some type of way, right? When this person comes back in, maybe just like, what do they call that? Ride the brake, or like lay off the gas. Like you need to fully understand the whole situation, kind of like zoom out, like the world perspective, to see where all these different people are falling in like this big puzzle. Because I'm kind of getting with the High Priestess, there are secrets. You don't know everything here yet. Sorry. I am getting, though, with this, the High Priestess is the most like intuitive card. She's like the direct channel between a higher vibrational message, God, spirit, universe. They get relayed directly to her, and she is like the embodiment of our intuition. So this is saying to me, though, there's something about this. You always kind of anticipated it might come around again. Maybe you just tried really hard to talk yourselves out of it, because maybe it's really messy and it's really complicated. And maybe this relationship ended in a 10 of Swords way where you felt stabbed in the back, or it ended in a way that was less than desirable, right? You probably still have a little bit of baggage, mental baggage, emotional baggage, or maybe you don't. Maybe you have fully healed yourself, and that is a tremendous sense of pride that, like, yeah, I'm the motherfucking like King of Cups. Like, throw anything at me. I'm going to be real cool and real chill about it. This person tests that. And it's not that they're trying to, but it's almost like a test to see from the universe. Are you going to spill your cup? Are you going to be messy with your emotions when and if this person comes back in who clearly kind of did a little bit of damage in your past? I think proceeding with caution is the best way to go about this, but also don't block your blessings, because there may be something very positive here that you're not thinking. And that might be why the devil's coming up in your action, is you immediately jump to the worst conclusion. A lot of you are waiting from a communication from a Pisces, and that I think you will get. It could also be an Aquarian Pisces cusper. That looks real good. Let's throw something on the devil. Again, if a Capricorn makes an offer, I think you'll take it. Or a Virgo, for that matter. The Virgo has true intentions. So the Magician, beautiful, that's your energy. And the 9 of Voices, that is the 9 of air. Okay. So that's this. You're worried this person is a trickster. You're worried they're going to trick you again, I'm being called to say. You're worried that the offer they're making is false, and it's almost like a magic trick. It's like, I present you with this offer, but then I'm going to make it disappear. That's kind of like a funny way of doing this. You're letting the darker thoughts win. You're letting your thoughts overpower you. Now, here's the thing. You went through this for a reason, and what you were meant to take away from this experience was the lessons you learned, even though it felt shitty and it broke your heart. There's the higher vibrational message is that you've learned what to not to do next time and how to better deal with people. So you're already coming in with like better ammunition in your tank, if that makes sense. You're already coming into this situation having learned very, very valuable lessons in your past. But what you're not seeing with the devil is that things that happen in your past, I think it's smart that you don't want to repeat history in terms of having to relearn the same karmic lessons over and over and over again. But it's almost like this is spirit allowing you to make it right. Whether or not you choose to take this offer or pursue anything romantic, if you're still holding on to this baggage or even in a lower vibration, right? You know, even if you're Page of Cups and you're willing to put yourself out there again, there could be something valuable in revisiting something with this person and like speaking your truth. Bringing conversations and messages to light that maybe you never got a chance to really vocalize or you never got a chance to really advocate for yourself in this situation is sort of what I'm getting. But again, you always kind of hoped for the day that would come. The Three of Wands, what's coming, the ships that he's waiting for your ships to come in. It's communication about secrets or things that were kept in the dark. Again, the High Priestess can also involve secrets. It's a Pisces and a Cancer card. It's that moon energy. It's very intuitive. And I do think that that's coming up in your spread because it is indicating to me, even though there is a surprise factor in them showing up, you always kind of knew it was going to happen though, didn't you, Gemini? Yeah, there's a gut reaction in you to either not respond or to cut them off or to immediately unload all this baggage on them. And I'm sort of getting that's not the highest vibrational way to deal with this. Rather than holding on to grudges of the past, this is the same card, by the way. It's okay to release those and to like open up the doors, open up the windows, let some new breeze, some new air in on the conversation. Maybe it's an air sign that's coming in, right? You do have a lot of swords in the spread down below. Again, Gemini and Virgo, the magicians kind of like interweaving together. There's definitely some Virgo energy here. Even if your person isn't a Virgo, they may have that strong in their chart, or maybe you do. If you are carrying any baggage, mental baggage around with you regarding this person or the relationship, here's what I'm trying to get at. It might be beneficial for you to open the door to this person if they come a knocking, because it might be a chance for you to finally feel like relieved. Like you don't have to carry it around anymore because you got to address something that like, it was like this urge. You always wanted to say it, but you never got a chance to. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying come at it in a higher vibrational way. Don't go on impulse. The High Priestess, it's that water energy. Like let the message kind of like flow through you and like maybe ask your spirit guides for help. Like how shall I proceed with this? I mean, that's sort of what you're doing now, right? With this tarot message, but I want to take one more. Let's do this. Zombie tarot. Why not? Yeah, don't let the darker thoughts win, and also don't let the darker experience you've had color the experiences you're having now. Because what I will say, this person, if they truly are a magician, it doesn't always mean they're a trickster. It means that they're a manifester, and maybe they are trying to manifest you back into their life. And, like a magician, maybe they have the ability to change their, I was going to say change their appearance, but in a not so false way. Maybe they've changed themselves. Something about the relationship that occurred after you, or maybe you guys were just always in the friend zone, it brought them to their knees and it made them realize a lot of things too, that they were holding themselves back in relationships. They have a lot of self-worth issues, and maybe they thought that they never really matched up to something you deserved. And so that's the thing. I think they would humbly come to you and make an offer. Like they see you as the King of Cups too. They see you as the wish fulfillment, right? Yeah, okay, cool. They're looking for a commitment. The Hierophant, it's a card of Taurus. So again, some of you, this may involve a Taurus. I love when the Devil and the Hierophant come together because it literally illustrates everything we were just saying. If they truly are a changed person, they've had like a come to Jesus moment. They've gone from the devil to God, right? the hierophant in a sense, like he's the spiritual leader, he's the pope, he's the priest. It's almost like in metaphor, guys, let's not take this too far. There's been like an exorcism. They've pulled the darkness out of them, and now they're presenting as, again, sending a message to you through a screen is what I'm getting, through like a text, right? Something about like a shared Netflix account. I don't know what that would be, but yeah, that's a funny message. This person's done a 180. That's what I get from this. And they want you to know, they want you to hear their preaching. They want you to hear the messages. Here's the thing, this person may come to you and unload all this. They may send you paragraphs of text. And again, you're just like gulp, like I don't even know how to deal with this. And so your impulse is maybe to run, like I'm not into this. I'm not saying you have to respond. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just throwing you some messages here. Sit on it. Think about it. Interpret it. She's the silent woman, right? She doesn't act out of gut impulse. And the seeker of knowledge, understand, feel out energetically what's going on here to understand if this offer that's being made to you is legit. Because I think a lot of you are going to find it is. I think it is. It's not to say this person is a saint. It's not that they haven't done their fair share of shitty things, because I think for some of you they have. But I just keep getting they've done a 180. I heard the devil went down to Georgia. Maybe somebody moved to Georgia. Or maybe that's someone's name. Georgia. Or maybe that's like a street address. I don't know. I do think that indicates though this person left and came back like a changed man or a changed woman. Yeah, they've reinvented themselves in a very positive way, and it's not a superficial reinvention, it's a spiritual reinvention. Ooh, Gemini, that was poetic. I'm going to leave you with that. Let's throw some romance angels on it. Think about it. Like Robert De Niro, right? I don't know if that's a Robert De Niro quote. It sounds like it could be. Think about it. Come on. Someone Italian. Maybe the name Robert means something to someone. I understand you guys have hesitations about this. I absolutely feel that, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think you've learned from the past that you can't let everybody in your door, right? You do have to make some cuts. You have to make some exceptions on people who you just don't jive with. If their energy is toxic, you have every right to turn them away, but don't write somebody off until you fully understand their intentions. That's all. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And free yourself. It is time to take back control of your life. This is my Capricorn card in this deck. Every now and then I kind of like associate one to a zodiac, and it literally fell on the devil. Free yourself from your past with the devil, because the devil exists within all of us, right? It's the lower vibration and then, the light, the higher vibration, right? I just keep getting in your action. There's a temptation to let the dark side win. There's something about, now I'm hearing that Blink-182 song, I'm going to the dark side with you. That might mean something. Did you guys go to a concert together or something about, and I think that's like a Star Wars reference, I'm going to the dark side with you, but that might be something significant in your relationship. Did you dress up for Halloween as like Star Wars characters or something about that is really important. I'm going to the dark side with you. But in a sense, it's like you don't want to because you think this person hasn't changed, or you think the hurdle of getting over it is too much. And again, it's like you're letting the dark side win. You're letting the lower vibrational thoughts keep you trapped. But there is something about this opportunity. Again, it's like you've been waiting for it. So it's like, here's your moment, Gemini. Say what you need to say. Do what you need to do so that you're not living in this state anymore. It's like redemption for you of something that happened in the past. Not everybody gets a second go around. Not everybody gets a second chance with the one that got away or the one that, whatever. It doesn't have to be like the soulmate thing, but it's saying to me this came around again for a reason. So like, work your magic, Gemini. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Gem.